heavens shall be opened so that it shall be all openings. And the mountains shall be moved off so they shall remain a mere semblance. Surely hell lies in wait, a place of resort for the inordinate, living therefore for ages. Before we break down what this surah means, what this ayah means, it comes from Surah al-Lile, which means, translated into English, the tidings. And this is verse 17 if you wanted to look this up. This surah today is important for you to look up. Why? Because if somebody reads Surah al-Lile daily, every single day for a year, before that year ends, Allah is going to give them the blessing of going to Hajj. And this is a great blessing and also a requirement for every Muslim who is capable to go to Hajj. So, if you have in your brain, in your mind, if you want to complete this requirement, just read this surah, and inshallah you'll be there. So, because this is a little bit longer, we should break it down a little bit. So, surely the day of judgment is appointed. What does this mean? It means that God has already set an appointment for us for the day of judgment. He's not going to change his appointment for anybody. He's not going to come early, and it's not going to be late. So this day of judgment that we are all working for in this life is already set. The time has been set for this. And it says the day on which the horn shall be blown so that you shall come forth in hosts or groups. When everybody's dead and the day of judgment is upon us, what happens is there's going to be an angel who has a horn to his lips right now. He's waiting from God to call us. Once he blows his horn, like in school, when the bell rings, you know it's time to go to class. Just like that. When the horn is blown, we all know it's time for us to come. So we come in groups. And so the Prophet Muhammad was asked one day, what do you mean, we come in groups? He said, he told the person who asked him, he told him that through my community, through my ummah, there's going to be a division of 10 groups. That, it makes me sad that the Prophet even cried at the time. So what are these groups and why are they different from the Muslimin and the Mu'mineen? Why are they going to be different? And why? So the first group of people that are going to come is apes. Their image is going to be changed. Instead of looking like what they look like in life, they're going to look like apes. And the man who asked him, he was scared. He was the first, he's like, I don't want to become an ape. What do I have to do so that on the day of judgment I look like myself or inshallah greater than myself? What should I do that I'm not an ape? So he told him, the people who are apes, these are the people who hear somebody talking about somebody else, and what do? They run to the other person for the intention of starting the problem. So they hear, I don't like this person. They hear somebody say, I don't like that person. So what do? They run to this person and they start a problem. They say, I was walking by, I heard this person doesn't like you. Maybe you should go confront them. So these people, it's something that we shouldn't do. This is something, if you don't want to be in the image of an ape, this is something that you should avoid. You don't forget, if this person that you heard somebody say, I hate this person, I don't like him, this is his fault or whatever, just forget them. It doesn't concern you. He wasn't talking about you. The second people that come are pigs, in the image of pigs. And why do these people come in the image of pigs, the man asked. He was told because these people eat haram. Not just eating pork or bacon, pork or pigs or anything like that. But these people, it can be because of their jobs. Their job, they do haram in their work. They're thieves, they're musicians, they're something that draws people away from God. So these people are going to be in the image of pigs. The third people are going to be coming on the day of judgment. They're going to be upside down. Their head is where their feet are supposed to be, and their feet are on top of them. Where their heads are supposed to be. Why do these people come on this like this? Because these people, their work is in interest. So let's say I have a friend. He gave me $100. He told me, I want this paid back next week. I want my $100. But because I did you this favor, I want $20 on top of it. And so I give you 100 right now, I want 120 back. This person on the day of judgment will come in this disfigured shape. The fourth people that will come, they will come blind. They can't see. Even if they saw during their lives, they had all five senses, they can see, but on the day of judgment, they come blind. Who are these people? These are tyrants and leaders who are bad to their people. And let's not even take it to a national level or a leader level, but even let's say you're a manager at work, and you are the worst manager ever. You treat your people without respect. You just make their lives hell. So these people, they come without their vision. They come blind. The fifth people, they come deaf and mute. They can't talk and they can't hear. These people are the people who love their actions. They love to talk about their actions. They pray and they go to the jabber or to their friends. Man, I just had the best prayer. I'm the best prayer that I know. They do something in action, they say, I'm the best at this. They like to talk themselves up. Even if it's not true or whatever, they like to talk themselves up. So what is their punishment? They can't talk and they can't hear. The sixth people, they come biting their tongues, chewing on their tongues. These people are hypocrites. They tell you, don't steal. And what they do, they steal. They tell you, don't lie. And they lie. So these people, because they gave you this advice that they didn't follow themselves, they're going to be chewing on their tongues and blood will be coming out. So they can't, because they didn't respect the words that came out of their mouths. The seventh come with no hands and no feet. And these people hurt their neighbors. They leave, let's say, trash in front of their neighbor's house. They hurt their neighbors in different ways that, we all live in houses, we all have neighbors. We can turn up the TV too loud, that's also hurting your neighbors. They might be trying to sleep, they might be trying to do something. So you always have to mind your surroundings, your neighbors. The eighth come hung on a section of fire. These people are people who do reportings on people to their managers. Let's say one day he decided to do not 100% of work. So what do these people do? They write down, Muhammad today didn't give it his full effort. Muhammad came 5 minutes late today. Muhammad did this, or whatever the case may be, and they take this report and hurt you. The ninth people come in with a strong smell, a smell that is unbearable, of stink. These people come in because they have fun in haram. Instead of coming to the mosque, instead of doing this, they go to a bar, and this is where they have their fun. They go Taqribah, and this is where they have their fun. All their fun comes in doing things that are haram. They don't do things for fun, let's say, just go to the park or the beach or whatever. No, they say, today I want you to have fun. Hey, let's go to the bar. Let's do this. So these people will come on a section of fire, hung. The 10th people and the last people that Rasulullah told us about that will come on the day of judgment with a different image will come in tar clothing that is on fire and it turns off the fire and it constantly fire, no fire. And these people are snobs. They think that they're better than everybody else. And we all know that we're all created equal, we're all the same kind of people, So these people, they raise their nose to you, and these are actions, in the life. So they come wearing clothes that are fired. So we say, we now have, from the person that asked the Prophet, he asked him just to make sure that, I don't want to be a person who is part of these 10 people. I want to come with nur on my face. I want to be a better image than myself in this life. I don't want to be a worse image. So what did he tell him? He said, have love for my Ahlul Bayt. And also, by loving them is not a declaration of love, or but also in your heart you love them, and also you take their teachings. Whoever takes the teachings of Ahlul Bayt, what they're doing is they're showing their love through their actions. And we've all heard actions speak louder than words. We can all day say, I love this person, I love this person. But it's the actions, do you hit this person? Or are you, do you take care of them? Do you So it's your actions that are important. And today we all walked in and we were like, what's going on? I thought, it's Muharram, we're all supposed to be crying. Why are there candles? Why are there candy? Because we are here to celebrate the life and the death of Imam Qasim. He was going to, on the 9th of Muharram, Imam Hussein gave him his daughter. He said, this is going to be your wife. But he died before the chance he had to even have the wedding, before he knew a woman, before he knew his wife. So this is why we celebrate this, because he died for his love for Imam Hussein, he lost the chance for the wedding. So each year, we have a mini wedding for him. We bring candy, candles, everything to remember. And sometimes there's rina, there's many things that we bring just to commemorate this man. He went to Imam Hussein. He was like, Ya Hussein, I want to fight with you. Because he's heard Imam Hussein's lectures, he heard, and he had in his heart and through his actions, he had love for Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein said, I'm sorry, I can't, you're too young. They say that, most others say 15 years old was his age. He said, I'm sorry, and it was his nephew, sorry, I can't take you from your mother. You are too young, and I can't have you fighting for me. I can't, because this is imminent death, so I can't have you dying. So what he did was, he was sad. He was sad that he wasn't able to fight for Imam Hussein. So he went to his mother's tent with a long face. She asked him, what's the long face, my son? He told her, I went to Imam Hussein, I want to fight for his cause, for the cause of good. She told him, one day your father, Imam Hassan, he gave me a box for you. So he told me that when you come questions with difficulty in life, to give you this box. So she takes out this box that she's been saving for her son. She gives him the box, and he opens it, and he sees a letter from his father, Imam Hassan. It says, one day my son Qasim will come and you will see my brother Hussein fighting an enemy army of tens of thousands. And that day will be a day when Islam will need to be saved by sacrifice. On this day, I want you to be a representative of me. After he read this letter, he was happy. He was sad when he walked in because he was told he was not able to fight. And now he read this letter and it made his life. He was the happiest. He took this letter and he ran to his uncle, Imam Hussein. He told him, Imam, I know you forbid me before from fighting with you, but I have a letter from my father, and this letter told me of this day that will come, and what I have to do with it. So Imam Hussein told him, oh my brother's son, how can I stop you from doing what your father wanted you to do, what your destiny was? So he goes out, he goes to his mom, he tells her the news. Imam Hussein told me I could fight for him. And he told her, mother, if I get killed, I just want one favor from you. She was like, anything, my son. He told her, mother, if I get killed on the battlefield, I don't want you to cry about me. And this is a request that's impossible. A mother, the son is the heart of the mother. In one story, a man was tricked to kill his mother. So he went, and through this trickery, he killed his mother. And they told him to bring the heart of his mother to prove her death. So he's bringing the heart back. On the way back, he's like, what have I done? I killed my mother. And so he's like, what I'll do, I'll kill myself. The heart, through the power of Allah, talks. The heart said, don't kill me twice. So through this, he told his mom, please don't cry for me. I beg you not to cry for me if I get killed. So what we have to learn through this lesson of Imam Qasim is he was stopped from having his wedding. He lost that opportunity. Although he found the perfect wife, the daughter, his cousin, the daughter of Imam Hussein, he lost this chance. So what do we have to learn from this? Is that when we are mentally ready, there is a quote that says, when you are mentally ready and you are ready for marriage, go look for marriage. Don't sway from this path. Because the Prophet ﷺ says, when a man marries, they complete half of their religion, 50% of their religion. And the second half, they have to have fear in their hearts to complete the rest with the prayers, the fasting, everything like that. They have to have the fear of Allah in their hearts to complete this rest. But 50% of your religion is easy. Just marry a woman. Somebody heard this quote and they went to Rasulullah and they said, Rasulullah, what kind of spouses do we take? Huh? He said, the faithful and the loyal. So if you, depending on whatever your age is, if you want to be in a relationship, you're like, I'm not ready for marriage. What do? You go talk to your parents. You say, I'm thinking about marriage. I'm thinking about going down this path. What do I want? I want you just to look for me. I want you to find me the faithful and the loyal. Bit halal. This is what I want from you. And if you put your heart and your actions in God's hands, He will complete that. He's going to complete every action for you.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
So in this lesson, he was killed, unfortunately, on the day of Karbala. And his mother, she remembered Imam al-Qasim on her heart, near her chest when she was breastfeeding him. She remembered those days right next to her heart. So she tried to stop herself from crying. Inshallah, she honored his request, but it was, the most painful thing that she did. And so we all, through this lesson, because of his sacrifice, his mother's sitting there thinking about him. Her heart is dead now. Her son is dead on the battlefield. What do we have to honor? We have to honor the marriage. We have to not sway, not do the haram. And we talked about people who have fun with haram, what will happen to them. So what we have to do is, if we're ready, we have to go and say, yes, I'm not going to go through this path of haram. I'm not going to have sex outside of marriage. I'm going to get married through the correct path. Because look, this is a man who sacrificed a marriage. This is a man who sacrificed a lot so that we can be in this path. So if you're doing this, you're saying, you're not saying, I love you, Imam al-Qasim, you're spitting in his face. Because he went through this path, and you, inshallah, will live a very long life. You're saying, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go do the haram way. I'm going to do this. And Rasulullah even said it, the faithful. If somebody is, faithful means to be with one person. So we just have to take this lesson with us and, be with Imam al-Qasim on the Day of Judgment. Not in the shape of, an ape or a pig, but in a better example of ourselves, a better image of ourselves. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ويفتح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على